Hey guys, it's Genevieve, and I am back with the much anticipated vlog that I promised a while back. So if you remember, at the beginning of December, I posted a video where I packed for a trip to Boston that I was taking with my mom. And this video right here is basically the vlog that accompanies that video. So yeah, it's a little bit later than I anticipated it to be. I was actually planning on this to come out a couple of weeks ago, but with the craziness of the holidays and everything that was going on in my personal life, it just really didn't work out like that. Plus, I'm trying out a new editing style for this video because it's not like my typical vlog where I just kind of throw it together and call it a day. I kind of want this to be a bit nicer, or at least a bit more put together than my usual vlogs. So yeah, I'm trying out something new. I have my notes from what happened on the trip all written out and ready to go, and yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that happened was basically on Wednesday morning, my mom and we got up super early, like at 5 a.m., something like that, and we went to the airport. And basically the entirety of the first day of the trip, which was Wednesday, was spent flying to Massachusetts. It's like generally a 6-hour direct flight, but we didn't have a direct flight, so we had to do a connecting flight in Chicago, and that was like about a 2-hour layover or something. And so, you know, with how long it takes to get there, how long the layover was, and you know, the fact that Massachusetts is 2 hours ahead of Arizona, so we actually lost 2 hours on the way there. It ended up being like, oh gosh, what was it, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night by the time we flew in. So our flight left at like 7:30 in the morning, and I don't think we got to Massachusetts until, well, I don't know what the exact times are, but it was really late by the time we got to Massachusetts, like insanely late. And we spent the first night in Massachusetts at my Aunt Amy and Uncle Jimmy's apartment. They live in like downtown Cambridge. It's like this super fancy hipster place. There's lots of young people, and you know, they're like testing out city life or whatever and trying to figure out if they want to live in the city or if they want to move back out to the suburbs, or what they want to do or whatever. I didn't get any footage of their house just because I didn't really feel comfortable filming around there. But it was a really nice place. We had a lot of fun catching up with them. We went out to dinner and we saw my cousin Brian. So that was really good. That was Wednesday. Thursday morning, my Aunt Mary picked us up from Aunt Amy and Uncle Jimmy's house, and we basically spent the entire day shopping, as you know, we usually do. She took us to like this really big mall in like the center of like downtown Boston, and we went to this place called Eataly. It's like Italy, but it's spelled E-A-T-A-L-Y, and so it's pronounced Eataly. Like, I thought it's like basically like this really cute place. There was so much food. There's so much food there, and all the food that we had was so freaking delicious. I will run the clip for that right now. It's amazing. You just have to wait and see how amazing this place is. I'm running the clip right now.
But So we're in Boston. I am currently in a place called Italy. And I have this croissant. It's very good. And I am currently losing my mind over all of this delicious looking food. Yeah. I'm here with my mom and my aunt. Say hi to the camera, Mom.
Oh, hi.
And this place looks freaking fantastic. I want to eat everything here. Don't worry about it. So yeah, more goodies to come soon.
Cool, we're back. So, yeah, that was like the rundown of the entire place. It was jam-packed, like there was just so many things going on, and Mary took us to like this little restaurant that was located in like the center of like the entire, I don't even know what to call it. I can't even remember the technical name for it, but like there was a restaurant inside of Italy where like they had all of this like delicious food. And I got the gnocchi, my mom got the polenta. I can't remember what Mary Margaret got, but you had the option, because they were in season, to get your food with truffles. And I don't really understand the appeal of truffles personally. I think truffles are kind of a bit expensive for my tastes. But it was a good experience. I decided to get the truffles on my food, and I basically just let my mom and Aunt Mary Margaret, you know, take little bits and pieces of the mushrooms and put it on their food. And it was pretty good, but I didn't think it added enough like flavor enhancement for it to be worth $60. But whatever, that doesn't really matter.
Been abandoned. They left for the bathroom and they haven't come back yet. Sitting here now. People are staring at me. And I don't know when they're coming back. My mom left her wallet, so I know she is coming back, but you know, the staff are looking at me like, why are you still sitting here? And I'm just looking at them like, I can't leave. So yeah, we'll see if I ever manage to get out of here.
And then after we left Italy, we basically spent the rest of the day shopping. We got a whole ton of stuff, a whole ton of Christmas presents for people. So that was really great, and that was a lot of fun. And then we went to, what was it, like the Boston Central Library? I'll run the clip for that right now as Mary Margaret explains it to me. But basically, it's like this gigantic library, and like it has like a central courtyard in the middle of it, and it's just like this super like beautifully designed place. Like the architecture is amazing, and it's just so incredibly huge. Like there's nothing like that in Arizona. Nothing like that in Arizona. And so, you know, to go and see that, like, because now that I'm like 19, almost 20 years old, I'm a bit more appreciative of that kind of stuff. When I was younger, I probably would have been like, it's a building. Like, what's the big deal about that? But now that I'm a little bit older, I have a bit more of an appreciation for the finer things in life, let's say. So yeah, and then after we left the library, we walked back to the car, and then Mary Margaret took us to my grandpa's house, where we stayed for basically the rest of the week. For those of you who don't know, my grandfather lives with us in Arizona during the winter, and so the house was pretty much empty from like October until like mid to late March. So we basically went, we saw the neighbors, we said hi, we hung out, it was really great. And then we called that a day. So that's the end of Thursday. Friday, not really much happened during the day, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on Friday, but we did get to go and see my Aunt Anne Marie, Jody, her husband, as well as my two baby cousins, Aiden and Clara. These two are the most adorable freaking kids I've ever met. Aiden, the older boy, is my baby. He was born when I was about 11 years old, and so I've babysat him several times in the past. He's so adorable, he's so cute, he's so big now. I can't even deal with how big my baby is. Like, I literally saw him, I'm like, oh my god, the last time I saw you, you were so small. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm like those adults who, like, every time they see you, they're like, oh my god, you're so big now, sweetheart. I'm one of those adults now because I couldn't believe how big he'd gotten. And I hadn't seen Clara since she was an infant because I hadn't been back to Massachusetts and since sophomore year of high school, so like 4 years. But it was really, really great to see them. We hung out, we did some coloring. So yeah, it was really great to see them. We had a lot of fun. I didn't really do a lot of vlogging just because I didn't know how comfortable they would be around the camera or whatever. And you know, I just nabbed a quick clip of Aiden and Clara coloring together, which that was just so much fun. So I'm really glad I got to see them. What is next? So next up, on Saturday, I went to the Boston Museum with my Uncle Steve. He's Mary Margaret's husband. And I had a great time with him. I have, I think, several clips from that museum. If not actual vlog clips, then at least a couple Instagram stories. I'll put them in right here.
There's a good Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah?
That's where she lived for a long time.
That's cool. What am I waiting for?
I can't remember who did this
Well, let's go find out who did it.
one. Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Let me guess. This is one of my favorite. I love this painting.
I'll give you a hint. It's a dude.
Um,
So any female artist you had in mind, cross them off your list.
is it Davis?
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. You're a smart man.
Marston Hartley was really good. Okay, and then here, Alfred Stieglitz was the husband of Georgia O'Keeffe,
Uh-huh.
and he was a famous photographer.
Wow.
Isn't this painting great?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
A lot going on there.
Oil on canvas. How many layers do you think that is?
It's hard to tell, but because he was using such thick oil paint
Yeah.
that he worked on that. I mean, that painting took a long, long time.
I'm sure it did. But the colors are so crisp.
Yeah.
I love like the distinct separation of like all the geometric shapes.
Yeah, and it has to be cohesive, you know what I mean? Overall.
Yeah. It
So
like
it's-
some of it looks like it was peeled back too. Like he had put on a layer of paint and then like took a palette knife and like started
Oh, he
peeling.
probably did, yeah.
So it's like adding on layers and then taking it away. These ones are really cool. I like this one.
Charles Sheeler, Charles Sheeler did this too. He did a lot of industrial sites.
Ooh, this one's cool.
Yeah, so he would take these industrial sites, and this is him too. So he would do a ton of these types, but And it gets real realistic, but these are more abstract. Oh, here it is. They moved this stuff.
Well, yeah, don't they do that all the time? Stuart Davis. I think I've heard of this guy. Arthur Garfield Dove. This is some 3D art.
You know, you've seen the painting, it's called Nighthawks. It's a painting of the guy sitting in the diner alone.
Yes.
That's an Edward Hopper, he did that painting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the same guy.
Awesome.
Nighthawks is a great movie. I like it. See, read what this painting's about. This is another Hopper painting. This is a famous one. Read what it is because it captures a lot about who he was as an artist.
All right.
That is real good.
Many of Hopper's paintings capture the isolation and anonymity within modern urban interiors. Here, one gazes out at a monotonous row of buildings from a sparsely decorated Brooklyn room. New York's bustling crowds and soaring skyscrapers are nowhere to be seen. The painter's atmosphere, is it melancholy or contented? Is softened by warm light that streams through the window, catching the bouquet and creating a gentle highlight on the woman's cheeks. Wow.
But a really great thing that I got out of the Boston Museum was, and let me go grab it real quick, this. So because my Uncle Steve is just awesome, after we went to a particular exhibit that was in honor, or I guess not in honor, but showcasing Ansel Adams, a really awesome photographer who works primarily with like black and white and film and is just all around a pretty cool guy. We went to the gift shop of the museum and Steve pointed this book out to me and he's like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I said, "Yes, I would very much like this. However, it is $65. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna buy it for you. Merry Christmas. So that was pretty awesome. Steve is amazing. He's the best, greatest, and I love him, and he's awesome. And now I have this really cool book from the Ansel Adams exhibit. Let me just show you a couple of pages. I hope there's not too much glare from my ring light, but as you can see, this is the kind of stuff that he did. And it's just a really cool book. And I love flipping through it and reading it. I'm thinking about maybe doing a couple of pieces, either digital or traditional, in grayscale, kind of using some of these pictures as a reference, just because I think they look so cool. I'm really starting to get into things like grayscale and kind of black and white photography. I think it's like really cool. So that was a really cool, you know, gift that I got this year. So I'm really happy with this. Put that there for right now. What next? After the museum, we met my mom and Mary Margaret, who went to New Hampshire to do some shopping at the Christmas tree shop, which, if you don't know what the Christmas tree shop is, it's basically like your one-stop shop for everything you could ever want to buy for some cheap-ass prices. So they went there while me and Steve went to the Boston Museum, and afterwards we met for some teppan and we ate, and it was really, really delicious. And yeah, then we went home, and that was the end of Saturday. Sunday, we saw my Aunt Terry, my Uncle Jim, and my cousin Brittany and Taz. And that was a lot of fun because I hadn't seen them in forever. Actually, where did they go? Aha! So Brittany and Taz, they collect like these Funko Pop figurines. And I know people who like collect these little figurines and stuff, but I never really got into it very much myself. But I'm thinking that maybe I might get into collecting these in the future, just because, look, like they're so cute, and like they basically have like figurines for every geeky thing you could ever imagine. And I'm into video games a lot. Ah, come back. So they gave me these, and you know, they had like, I guess, multiples of them, and so they're like the limited edition, only at GameStop tags on them, and they're really cool, and they're so adorable, and I absolutely love them. I have them like set up over there on like my on like my bureau. So these were an awesome Christmas present to get, and I absolutely love them. They're so cute. They're from Five Nights at Freddy's, which, if you don't know, I'm kind of obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. I think the games and the lore are like really super cool. So yeah, this was like a really great gift to get. I'll just pop those right there for right now. I didn't get any clips from Aunt Terry's house either, just because I was having so much fun talking with Brittany and Taz that I forgot to vlog, but that's alright. So yeah, nothing really else happened on Sunday. That was pretty much the only thing we did. So it was like a nice chill day to just kind of hang around. Let's see. Monday, I went to New Hampshire with Mary Margaret. I think she might have been jealous of Steve taking me to the museum earlier in the weekend, so she decided that we were going to go to New Hampshire, and we basically just like went around. We did some shopping in like this itty bitty little town. I can't even remember what it's called. It's like the town that's like just before the river getting into Maine. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to either do some research or call Mary and find out what it's called. But basically we went around. I got to do ice skating. I have not ice skated in freaking years, so It was a lot of fun. I got some clips of that. That was really great. I'll put those in right now.
Going ice skating. Okay, I need my full concentration for the first 5 minutes, so I'll be right back.
And I just kind of had like an all-around good time. It was like just so great being able to spend time with her, because like it hasn't been me and Mary in like a long time. So, you know, that was like a lot of fun, and I enjoyed being able to spend time with her, and you know, that was really great. So yeah, I had a lot of fun on Monday. And then let's see, later that night we had dinner with Aunt Terry, Uncle Jim, Ani, and then Britt and Taz, and obviously me and my mom. And that was an experience. Let me just explain really quickly. So my Uncle Jim and Ani are brother and sister. They're twins. So you can naturally imagine how dinner with a pair of siblings would go. If you think their old age would have made them, you know, calmer and like get along better, you would be wrong, because those two bicker worse than me and my brother, and we bicker a lot. And God bless Aunt Terry, she's just I don't know how she deals with it on a regular basis, because I'm sitting in the middle of Ani and Uncle Jim, and they're just going back and forth at each other because, you know, Uncle Jim wants to know what the bill is. So he's like digging under plates trying to get at like the bill or whatever. And then Ani over my shoulder is like, Jimmy, how much is the bill? And then of course, because Uncle Jim is the only person who can do this, he tells Ani to shut up, which, you know, you know it's gonna go poorly when Ani's being told to shut up. So yeah, that was fun. It was an experience, but they're family, you know. It's always fun being around them, even if they're always bickering. What next? So Tuesday we did a whole lot of nothing. Basically sat around the house, packed to go home. We saw Ani late in the day, and you know, we kind of helped her clean up a little bit. So yeah, that's basically it for Tuesday. Tuesday there was nothing going on at all. And then the last day we were in Massachusetts, we saw Ani in the morning. You know, we said our goodbyes. We helped her, you know, we got her breakfast, we got Dunkin' Donuts. For 2 days in a row, the Dunkin' Donuts we went to did not have my chocolate glazed donuts. I was very upset by this. I was like, one day, because they got like their order mixed up or whatever, I was like, okay, fine, whatever, you know, things happen. And then we go back the next day, and it's like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, yeah, we don't have anything. And I'm just like, one day, sure, that's fine, things get mixed up, but 2 days in a row, and at 10 o'clock, like it wasn't even that late. It's not like we'd gone there at like 5 or 6 o'clock at night where like, you know, oh, they'd like had a good day and they'd sold out of all the donuts. Like, no, we showed up at 10 o'clock and they're like, we don't have those. So very disappointed in that Dunkin' Donuts. I still did not get my chocolate glazed donuts. I'm very sad. But moving on, we got Ani some coffee and some donuts. We made sure that she ate. And then we said our goodbyes, and then we went and we packed up the Uber car, and we went to the airport and we flew home. I was really sad to leave I really, really enjoyed my time in Massachusetts, seeing all my family, you know, being able to do all sorts of cool stuff that I normally didn't get the chance to do when I was there before, just because, you know, when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have appreciated going to, you know, the museum or going to like a little town in New Hampshire or things like that, you know. But now that I'm a little bit older, these things like just being able to spend time with people that I haven't seen in years, even if it's just sitting around and talking about things that we like to do, it's a lot of fun, you know. It's you know, a reflection on how much I've grown and a reflection on, you know, how everyone else has kind of like grown and changed, and how, you know, as I get older, I start to relate a bit more to the adults who, when I was younger, you know, I probably wouldn't have cared less about the Boston Library or the architecture or, you know, the Ansel Adams exhibit or, you know, whatever else we did. I probably wouldn't have cared as much about that because I would have been younger. I would have wanted to do something, you know, like really fun, like go to an amusement park or, you know, like go to a concert or, you know, something like that. But now that I'm a little bit older, those things, like, I find them enjoyable, and the fact that I got to do them with, you know, people who were close to me and like close family and friends was like, it was really cool, and I can't wait to be able to do that again soon, hopefully. So yeah, that's it. That was my week in Boston. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The editing for this video is going to be really interesting, so hopefully it turns out the way I want it to, because like I said, this is kind of a bit different from my usual just throw the clips together and export it kind of vlog. You know, there's going to be a lot of kind of moving things around and finding where I want to insert clips and make sure things aren't too awkward in between transitions and all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed that this goes well and I don't, you know, kill myself in the editing process. So wish me luck on that. But that's all I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being patient with me as I try and get this video out. I've decided that this is going to be a Thursday video just because it isn't like my typical vlog. So this is going to be like the arty video of the week. But hopefully next week I'll actually be able to get out a video with some drawing in it, because it's been a while since I've posted a video where I actually do art. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe to my channel for more content coming every Monday and Thursday. Monday are typically vlogs, despite, you know, the fact that this video is going out on a Thursday, and Thursdays tend to be just kind of arty videos or whatever I feel like posting that week, honestly. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!